Here are 50 most commonly asked interview questions along with detailed answers for a cybersecurity threat hunting positions. 1. What is threat hunting, and why is it important in cybersecurity? Answer. Threat hunting is a proactive cybersecurity approach focused on identifying and mitigating advanced threats that may evade traditional security measures. It involves actively searching for indicators of compromised IOCs, suspicious activities, and anomalous behavior within an organization's network and endpoints. Threat hunting is important because it allows organizations to detect threats early, reduce dwell time, and minimize the potential impact of security breaches. 2. Describe the typical process you follow for conducting a threat hunting exercise. Answer. The typical process for conducting a threat hunting exercise involves several steps. A. Defining objectives and hypotheses based on threat intelligence and risk assessments. B. Collecting and analyzing data from various sources, including logs, network traffic, and endpoint telemetry. C. Formulating queries and hunting rules to identify suspicious patterns or behaviors. D. Investigating potential threats using advanced analysis techniques and tools. E. Documenting findings, including any IOCs or TTPs discovered, and taking appropriate remediation actions. 3. What tools and techniques do you use for threat hunting? Answer. I utilize a combination of tools and techniques for threat hunting, including A. SIEM, Security Information and Event Management Platforms for centralized log analysis. B. Endpoint Detection and Response EDR solutions for real-time endpoint visibility. C. Network traffic analysis tools such as Wireshark or Zeek. B. Threat intelligence feeds and open source intelligence OSINT sources. E. Custom scripts and queries for querying and analyzing large datasets. F. Deception technologies to lure and detect attackers within the network. 4. How do you differentiate between false positives and true positives during a threat hunting investigation? Answer. Differentiating between false positives and true positives involves careful analysis and validation of security alerts or indicators. I verify suspicious activities using multiple sources of data and corroborating evidence, such as endpoint telemetry, network logs, and threat intelligence feeds. False positives are typically characterized by anomalies or behaviors that can be explained by legitimate user activity or system operations, whereas true positives indicate genuine security threats that require further investigation and response. 5. Can you explain the role of threat intelligence in threat hunting? Answer. Threat intelligence plays a crucial role in threat hunting by providing context and insights into emerging threats, adversary tactics, techniques, and procedures TTPs, and indicators of compromised IOCs. It helps threat hunters prioritize their investigations, identify relevant threats based on known patterns or signatures, and adapt their detection strategies to evolving threats. Incorporating threat intelligence feeds into threat hunting workflows enhances the effectiveness and accuracy of hunting activities. 6. How do you identify and prioritize potential threats for investigation during a threat hunting exercise? Answer. Identifying and prioritizing potential threats involves leveraging threat intelligence, security analytics, and risk assessments to focus on high-impact, high-probability threats. I start by defining hunting hypotheses based on known attack patterns or organizational risk profiles. I then prioritize hunting based on factors such as the severity of potential impact, likelihood of occurrence, and relevance to critical assets or business operations. Continuous monitoring and feedback help refine hunting priorities based on emerging threats and changing risk landscapes. 7. Describe a threat hunting scenario where you successfully identified and mitigated a security threat. Answer. In a recent threat hunting scenario, I detected a stealthy malware infection that had evaded traditional security controls. Using advanced EDR tools and network analysis, I identified anomalous process behavior and lateral movement within the network. Further investigation revealed the presence of a sophisticated adversary, using living off-the-land techniques to blend in with legitimate traffic. By isolating compromised systems and blocking command and control communications, we mitigated the threat and prevented data exfiltration. 8. How do you stay updated on the latest threats and attack techniques relevant to threat hunting? Answer: staying updated on the latest threats and attack techniques involves continuous learning, active participation in threat intelligence communities, and monitoring of industry reports and security blogs. I regularly attend conferences, webinars, and training sessions conducted by leading cybersecurity experts and organizations. Collaborating with peers and sharing insights through information sharing platforms also helps keep me abreast of emerging threats and best practices in threat hunting. 9. Can you discuss the importance of collaboration between threat hunters and other cybersecurity teams? Answer: collaboration between threat hunters and other cybersecurity teams, such as incident response, SOC analysts, and threat intelligence, is crucial for effective threat detection and response. Threat hunters provide expertise in proactive threat detection and analysis, while other teams contribute domain knowledge, operational support, and incident response capabilities. By sharing information, coordinating actions, and leveraging each other's strengths, organizations can enhance their overall cybersecurity posture and resilience against advanced threats. 10. How do you measure the effectiveness of a threat hunting program? Answer: measuring the effectiveness of a threat hunting program involves tracking key performance indicators (KPIs) such as A. Number of threats detected and mitigated through hunting activities. B. Reduction in mean time to detect MTTD and mean time to respond MTTR to security incidents. C. Increase in the percentage of threats detected proactively versus reactively. D. Improvement in overall security posture, as measured by risk assessments or security maturity models. E. Regular assessments, feedback from stakeholders, and alignment with organizational objectives help gauge the impact and value of the threat hunting program. 11. How do you ensure that threat hunting activities do not disrupt normal business operations? Answer: ensuring minimal disruption to business operations during threat hunting activities involves careful planning, communication, and coordination with stakeholders. I schedule hunting exercises during off-peak hours or maintenance windows to minimize impact on critical systems and workflows. I also prioritize hunting activities based on risk and business impact, focusing on non-intrusive techniques and utilizing tools with low overhead. Transparent communication with IT and business teams helps manage expectations and address any concerns regarding potential disruptions. 12. Discuss the role of threat emulation and simulation in threat hunting. Answer: threat emulation and simulation involve replicating adversary techniques and tactics in a controlled environment to test detection and response capabilities. It allows organizations to validate their security controls, identify gaps in defenses, and improve incident response readiness. Threat hunters can leverage emulation exercises to generate realistic threat scenarios, assess the effectiveness of detection mechanisms, and fine-tune hunting strategies based on observed outcomes. 13. How do you handle the analysis of large volumes of data during threat hunting? Answer: handling large volumes of data during threat hunting requires leveraging scalable analytics platforms, automation, and machine learning techniques. I use big data analytics tools and SIEM platforms to ingest, process, and correlate diverse sources of data, such as logs, network traffic, and endpoint telemetry. Automation helps streamline repetitive tasks and prioritize alerts, while machine learning algorithms identify patterns and anomalies indicative of potential threats, enabling efficient analysis and response. 14. Describe your experience with threat hunting in cloud environments and SaaS applications. Answer: my experience with threat hunting in cloud environments involves understanding the shared responsibility model and leveraging cloud-native security controls and monitoring capabilities. I use cloud-specific threat intelligence feeds and log sources to detect suspicious activities and anomalous behavior within cloud infrastructure and SaaS applications. Collaborating with cloud security teams and leveraging native integrations with SIEM platforms enhances visibility and detection capabilities in cloud environments. 15. How do you adapt threat hunting strategies for a remote workforce? Answer: adapting threat hunting strategies for a remote workforce involves addressing unique challenges and risks associated with distributed IT environments and remote access technologies. I focus on endpoint security, secure access controls, and VPN traffic analysis to detect potential threats to remote systems. Utilizing cloud-based security solutions and endpoint telemetry enhances visibility and detection capabilities for remote workers, while educating employees on security best practices helps mitigate risks associated with phishing and social engineering attacks. 16. What methodologies do you use for threat modeling in the context of threat hunting? Answer: in threat modeling for threat hunting, I employ methodologies like STRIDE and ATT and CK to identify and prioritize potential threats based on the likelihood of exploitation and impact. STRIDE helps categorize threats into spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, and elevation of privilege, which guides the focus of our hunting efforts. The ATT and CK framework, on the other hand, provides a comprehensive matrix of tactics and techniques used by adversaries, which I map against our defense capabilities to identify gaps and focus areas for hunting. 17. How do you integrate automation into your threat hunting activities? Answer: automation is integral to enhancing the efficiency and scalability of threat hunting. I integrate automation through scripts and specialized tools that perform routine data collection, analysis, and initial anomaly detection. This allows human hunters to focus on more complex analysis and decision-making. Additionally, automated workflows can trigger alerts and initiate response protocols based on predefined criteria, improving reaction times to detected threats. 18. What challenges have you faced in threat hunting, and how did you overcome them? Answer: one significant challenge in threat hunting is the volume of data and the potential for alert fatigue. Overcoming this involves implementing robust data management strategies, prioritizing alerts based on risk assessments, and continuous tuning of detection tools to reduce false positives. Another challenge is staying ahead of rapidly evolving threat landscapes, which I address by continuous learning and adapting our strategies based on new intelligence and industry trends. 19. How do you ensure legal and ethical compliance in your threat hunting practices? Answer: ensuring legal and ethical compliance involves strict adherence to organizational policies, legal standards, and ethical guidelines. This includes obtaining necessary permissions before accessing or monitoring employee or customer data, conducting regular audits of hunting activities, and ensuring all data handling and investigation processes respect privacy laws and regulations. Regular training and updates on compliance matters are crucial for keeping the team informed and vigilant. 20. Can you explain the importance of endpoint detection and response EDR systems in threat hunting? Answer: EDR systems are crucial for providing the visibility needed to detect and analyze threats at the endpoint level. They collect detailed telemetry data that can be analyzed for signs of compromise or anomalous behavior. facilitating real-time and historical investigations. EDR tools also offer capabilities for response actions, such as isolating machines and executing remediation scripts, which are critical during active threat hunting incidents. 21. What role does User Behavior Analytics UBA play in threat hunting? Answer: User Behavior Analytics UBA plays a key role in identifying anomalies that deviate from normal user activities, which could indicate a security threat. By establishing baselines of typical user behavior and employing advanced algorithms to detect deviations, UBA helps pinpoint insider threats, compromised credentials, and other security issues that might not be detected by traditional security measures. This makes it a valuable tool in the threat hunter's arsenal. 22. How do you document and report your findings from a threat hunting exercise? Answer: effective documentation and reporting are critical for ensuring actionable insights from threat hunting exercises. I maintain detailed records of hypotheses tested, data analyzed, findings, and actions taken. Reports are structured to be clear and actionable, often including an executive summary, detailed findings, and recommendations for mitigation or further investigation. These documents are crucial for audit purposes and for informing stakeholders about security posture improvements. 23. Discuss the impact of machine learning on threat hunting. Answer: machine learning significantly impacts threat hunting by enhancing the ability to identify patterns and anomalies in large datasets that human analysts might miss. By training models on historical data, machine learning can predict and flag potential threats based on learned behaviors, reducing the time to detection and allowing more proactive responses. However, it requires continuous tuning and validation to ensure accuracy and relevance in the face of evolving threats. 24. What is your approach to handling advanced persistent threats apps during threat hunting? Answer: handling apps requires a sophisticated and layered approach due to their stealthy and persistent nature. My approach includes deep dive analysis into network and endpoint data, bridging threat intelligence for context, and using advanced forensic techniques to uncover hidden activities. Continuous monitoring and adapting defensive strategies based on the latest APT, tactics, and techniques are essential to defend against and mitigate these threats. 25. How do you leverage network traffic analysis in threat hunting? Answer: network traffic analysis is a foundational tool in threat hunting, providing insights into data flows and potential unauthorized activities. I use it to identify unusual patterns, such as spikes in data exfiltration, unusual connections to known bad domains, or the spread of malware within the network. Tools like Wireshark and custom flow analyzers help dissect traffic to extract valuable indicators of compromise or confirm hypotheses about malicious activity. 26. What are the common indicators of compromise IOCs you look for during threat hunting? Answer: common IOCs I look for include unusual outbound traffic, spikes in database read volume, unexpected requests for credentials, use of uncommon ports, presence of known malicious IPs or domains, and anomalies in user login patterns. Tracking these IOCs helps in quickly identifying potential breaches and taking corrective action before they can cause significant damage. 27. How do you balance between proactive and reactive threat hunting? Answer: balancing proactive and reactive threat hunting involves setting clear priorities based on the organization's risk profile and current security landscape. Proactive hunting focuses on identifying and mitigating not yet realized threats based on emerging trends and predictive analytics. Reactive hunting, on the other hand, responds to immediate alerts and incidents, aiming to quickly contain and remediate them. An effective threat hunting program integrates both approaches, using insights from reactive incidents to refine proactive strategies. 28. Describe your process for updating and maintaining your threat hunting tools and techniques. Answer: regularly updating and maintaining threat hunting tools and techniques is crucial for staying effective against new threats. This involves continuous testing and validation of tools, regular training on new techniques and technologies, and staying engaged with the cybersecurity community for insights and best practices. Periodic reviews and updates of our toolsets and methodologies ensure that we are always prepared to meet the latest security challenges. 29. How do you involve other IT and security teams in your threat hunting processes? Answer: involving other IT and security teams in threat hunting is essential for a holistic approach to cybersecurity. I collaborate closely with network, endpoint, and application teams to gain insights into their systems that might impact security analysis. Regular briefings and joint sessions with these teams help ensure alignment on security objectives and foster a culture of security awareness across the organization. 30. What measures do you take to ensure continuous improvement in your threat hunting practices? Answer: continuous improvement in threat hunting practices is achieved through regular training, lessons learned sessions, and benchmarking against industry standards and peers. Engaging in wargaming and simulation exercises helps refine skills and strategies, while feedback mechanisms ensure that learnings from each hunt are integrated into future operations. Staying informed about latest trends and technologies also plays a critical role in continuous advancement and effectiveness. 31. How do you handle false negatives in threat hunting, and what steps do you take to minimize them? Answer: false negatives can occur when threat hunting fails to detect actual threats, leading to a false sense of security. To minimize false negatives, I continuously refine our detection capabilities by incorporating new intelligence, updating hunting hypotheses, and fine-tuning detection rules based on feedback from incidents and assessments. Additionally, I conduct retrospective analysis of missed threats to identify gaps and adjust our strategies accordingly. 32. Can you discuss the role of threat intelligence platforms in supporting threat hunting operations? Answer: threat intelligence platforms tips play a crucial role in aggregating, analyzing, and disseminating threat intelligence data to support threat hunting operations. They provide access to a wide range of intelligence feeds, including indicators of compromise IOCs, adversary tactics, techniques, and procedures (TTPs), and contextual information about emerging threats. By integrating tips into our hunting workflows, we can correlate threat intelligence with internal telemetry data to identify and prioritize threats for investigation. 33. How do you ensure alignment between threat hunting activities and the organization's overall risk management strategy? Answer: ensuring alignment between threat hunting and risk management involves understanding the organization's risk appetite, prioritizing hunting activities based on identified risks, and integrating threat intelligence into risk assessments. By focusing on threats that pose the greatest risk to critical assets or business operations, we can effectively allocate resources and prioritize mitigation efforts. Regular communication with risk management stakeholders ensures that threat hunting activities align with strategic objectives and priorities. 34. Describe a scenario where you collaborated with incident response teams to investigate and mitigate a security incident discovered through threat hunting. Answer: in a recent scenario, threat hunting identified anomalous behavior indicative of a potential data breach. We immediately escalated the findings to the incident response team, who initiated containment measures and forensic analysis. Threat hunters provided additional context and insights into the adversary's tactics, enabling the incident response team to swiftly remediate the breach and implement controls to prevent recurrence. This collaboration between threat hunting and incident response demonstrates the importance of cross-functional teamwork in effective cybersecurity. 35. How do you prioritize threat hunting activities in environments with limited resources and competing priorities? Answer: Prioritizing threat hunting activities in resource-constrained environments requires a risk-based approach that focuses on high-impact threats and critical assets. I conduct risk assessments to identify potential threats and vulnerabilities. Prioritize hunting based on the likelihood and potential impact of exploitation, and allocate resources accordingly. Collaboration with stakeholders helps align threat hunting priorities with business objectives and ensures efficient resource utilization. 36. Discuss the importance of threat hunting in identifying insider threats and internal security risks. Answer: threat hunting plays a critical role in identifying insider threats and internal security risks that may evade traditional security controls. By analyzing user behavior patterns, access logs, and system activities, threat hunters can detect anomalous activities indicative of insider threats, such as unauthorized access or data exfiltration. Proactive threat hunting helps organizations identify and mitigate internal security risks before they escalate into significant breaches, protecting sensitive data and intellectual property. 37. How do you measure the success of a threat hunting program over time? Answer: measuring the success of a threat hunting program involves tracking key performance indicators (KPIs) such as A. Number and severity of threats detected and mitigated. B. Reduction in mean time to detect (MTTD) and mean time to respond (MTTR) to security incidents. C. Increase in the percentage of threats detected proactively versus reactively. D. Improvement in overall security posture and reduction in risk exposure. E. Regular assessments, feedback from stakeholders, and alignment with organizational objectives help gauge the impact and effectiveness of the threat hunting program over time. 38. Can you discuss the role of open source intelligence (OSINT) in supporting threat hunting efforts? Answer: open source intelligence (OSINT) plays a valuable role in supporting threat hunting efforts by providing publicly available information about potential threats, adversaries, and vulnerabilities. OSINT sources such as social media, forums, and dark web marketplaces can provide valuable context and indicators of compromise IOCs for threat hunting investigations. Integrating OSINT into threat intelligence feeds enhances the breadth and depth of analysis, helping identify emerging threats and trends. 39. How do you ensure that threat hunting activities align with compliance requirements and regulatory standards? Answer: ensuring alignment with compliance requirements and regulatory standards involves incorporating relevant controls and processes into threat hunting workflows. I conduct regular audits and assessments to verify compliance with applicable laws and regulations, such as GDPR, HIPAA, or PCI DSS. Additionally, I collaborate with legal and compliance teams to ensure that threat hunting activities adhere to data protection and privacy requirements, and that any evidence collected is admissible in legal proceedings. 40. Describe your experience with conducting threat hunting exercises in OT operational technology environments. Answer: conducting threat hunting exercises in OT environments requires specialized knowledge of industrial control systems (ICS) and operational technology (OT) protocols. I leverage OT-specific threat intelligence and monitoring tools to detect anomalies and potential security threats within OT networks. Collaborating with OT engineers and stakeholders is crucial for understanding unique operational requirements and ensuring that hunting activities do not disrupt critical processes or safety systems. 41. How do you handle threats that are specifically designed to evade detection by traditional security controls? Answer: handling threats designed to evade detection requires a multi-layered approach that combines advanced detection techniques, threat intelligence, and continuous monitoring. I leverage behavior-based analytics, anomaly detection, and machine learning algorithms to Identify suspicious patterns and deviations from normal behavior. Threat intelligence helps enrich analysis and identify known evasion techniques used by adversaries. Regular updates and tuning of detection mechanisms ensure effectiveness against evolving evasion tactics. 42. Can you discuss your experience with threat hunting in cloud-native environments such as AWS or Azure? Answer. Threat hunting in cloud-native environments requires understanding the shared responsibility model and leveraging native security controls and monitoring capabilities provided by cloud service providers. I utilize cloud-specific logging and monitoring services to collect telemetry data, analyze cloud infrastructure configurations for security best practices, and detect suspicious activities indicative of potential threats. Integrating cloud-specific threat intelligence feeds enhances visibility and detection capabilities in cloud environments. 43. How do you handle threat hunting in environments with a high volume of false positives from security alerts? Answer. Handling high volumes of false positives involves implementing robust triage and validation processes to filter out noise and focus on genuine threats. I prioritize alerts based on severity, likelihood, and relevance to critical assets or business operations. Automated response mechanisms help validate alerts and initiate predefined actions, while manual investigation and analysis provide additional context to confirm or dismiss potential threats. Continuous tuning of detection rules and feedback loops help reduce false positives over time. 44. Describe your process for conducting threat hunting exercises in a DevOps environment. Answer. Conducting threat hunting exercises in DevOps environments requires close collaboration with development and operations teams. To understand application architectures, deployment pipelines, and infrastructure changes, I leverage DevOps-specific telemetry data and logs to identify security gaps and potential threats throughout the software development lifecycle. Integration with CI or CD pipelines and automated testing frameworks helps identify vulnerabilities early and facilitate rapid response to emerging threats. 45. How do you handle threat hunting in environments with limited visibility due to encrypted traffic or blind spots? Answer. Handling limited visibility due to encrypted traffic or blind spots involves enhancing monitoring capabilities and employing alternative detection strategies. I leverage network metadata analysis, behavioral analytics, and endpoint detection and response editor tools to detect suspicious activities even when detailed content is not visible. Collaborating with network and IT teams helps identify and mitigate visibility gaps, while deploying decryption capabilities where legally and technically feasible enhances analysis and detection. 46. What are some key metrics you use to evaluate the effectiveness of your threat hunting activities? Answer. Key metrics for evaluating the effectiveness of threat hunting include the number of new threats identified, the time taken to detect and respond to threats, and the impact of remediation efforts on the organization's security posture. I also track the accuracy of threat predictions and the reduction in the attack surface over time. Metrics such as the ratio of false positives and negatives are also crucial to refine detection capabilities and improve the overall efficiency of threat hunting operations. 47. How do you stay updated with the latest threat hunting techniques and tools? Answer. Staying updated with the latest threat hunting techniques and tools involves regular participation in cybersecurity conferences, workshops, and training sessions. I also subscribe to industry publications, engage with online cybersecurity communities, and participate in threat hunting forums. Additionally, I continuously experiment with new tools and techniques in a controlled environment to evaluate their effectiveness before deployment in live settings. 48. Can you explain how machine learning can enhance threat hunting capabilities? Answer. Machine learning enhances threat hunting by automating the detection of complex patterns and anomalies that human analysts might miss. It can process vast amounts of data at scale to identify subtle signs of malicious activity. By training models on both normal and abnormal behaviors, machine learning can provide predictive insights, reduce false positives, and accelerate response times, allowing human threat hunters to focus on higher-level analysis and decision-making. 49. How do you integrate endpoint detection and response EDR tools into your threat hunting strategy? Answer: integrating EDR tools into the threat hunting strategy involves using the rich data they provide, such as process executions, network connections, and file activities, to detect anomalies at the endpoint level. EDR tools offer capabilities for real-time analysis and retrospective hunting, enabling me to trace the root cause of alerts and identify latent threats. This integration not only enhances visibility across endpoints, but also speeds up containment and remediation processes. 50. What strategies do you employ to ensure effective collaboration between threat hunting and other security teams like SOC, incident response, and compliance? Answer: effective collaboration is fostered through regular communication, joint training sessions, and integrated security exercises. I establish clear protocols for information sharing and response coordination, ensuring that all teams understand their roles in the threat hunting process. By aligning objectives and leveraging shared tools and platforms, we enhance the overall security response and ensure that compliance requirements are met across all activities. 51. How do you approach threat hunting in a multi-cloud environment? Answer: threat hunting in a multi-cloud environment requires an understanding of each cloud provider's native security tools and best practices. I leverage centralized security management platforms to gain visibility across environments and integrate logs from various sources for a cohesive analysis. By standardizing detection and response procedures across clouds, I ensure consistent security monitoring and mitigate the risks associated with cloud-specific vulnerabilities. 52. Can you describe a complex threat hunting scenario you have managed, and what were the outcomes? Answer: in a complex threat hunting scenario, I identified a sophisticated APT campaign targeting our critical infrastructure. By correlating unusual outbound traffic patterns with known TTPs of a suspected threat actor, I initiated a deep dive analysis that led to the discovery of multiple backdoors and data exfiltration activities. The outcome was the successful isolation of compromised systems, eradication of the attacker's foothold, and strengthened defenses against similar threats in the future. 53. What role do data analytics play in your threat hunting activities? Answer: data analytics are central to my threat hunting activities, enabling the processing and analysis of large datasets to detect patterns and anomalies indicative of malicious behavior. By applying statistical and machine learning models, I can uncover hidden threats and automate aspects of the detection process, thus enhancing both the speed and accuracy of security operations. 54. How do you ensure the scalability of threat hunting operations as the organization grows? Answer: ensuring scalability involves adopting flexible and modular tools and practices that can grow with the organization. I focus on automating routine tasks, standardizing processes, and training personnel to handle increased volumes of data and alerts. By leveraging cloud services and scalable infrastructure, I also ensure that our threat hunting capabilities can dynamically adjust to changing organizational needs. 55. Describe your process for updating threat hunting hypotheses based on evolving threat landscapes. Answer: updating threat hunting hypotheses involves continuous monitoring of the threat landscape, including new vulnerabilities, attack techniques, and shifts in adversary behavior. I integrate insights from recent incidents, threat intelligence feeds, and industry reports to refine and evolve our hypotheses. Regularly reviewing and testing these hypotheses against current data ensures they remain relevant and effective in identifying potential threats. These answers provide comprehensive insights into the skills, knowledge, and strategies essential for a competent cybersecurity threat hunting professional, reflecting a deep understanding of the field and a commitment to proactive security measures. For more exciting tips, tricks, and more importantly, for valuable insights of interviews, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. It has a lot of valuable information about various insights of interviews. It has a wide range of real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for interviews, and it has wide range of most asked interview questions and answers of various technologies like data science, SAP, AWS, DevOps, and full-stack web development, and more, that will be useful during interviews. It has a wide range of most asked interview questions and answers, and real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for freshers, for 2 to 3 years, experienced candidates, and for 5 or above years, experienced candidates to test their skills by knowing most asked interview questions and make themselves ready for interviews.